Blender 4.5 is now officially released. I think most of us have already heard the big headline feature changes that have come to this version of Blender, but as I've been using the software, I've noticed quite a lot of smaller changes that I think are equally important, so I wanted to make a video talking about 4 or 5 of the changes that I've found in Blender 4.5 that you might not have heard about yet. Before we move on, I have a new course available called Isometric Spaces. This is a beginner-friendly course designed to show you how to make isometric style graphics in Blender. In Module 1, I'll show you how to make this cute, stylized kitchen animation, and in future modules, we'll cover environments like cyberpunk buildings and metro stations. Right now, you can save 25% on this course or any of my other courses over at Gumroad if you use the code JULY25 at checkout. You'll find the link in the description. So one of the first changes that I noticed, which I didn't know about previously, was an update to how Booleans work. This is an earlier version of Blender, and we have two different Boolean solvers. We have fast and exact. Now fast is usually quite fast, but exact isn't always very exact, and it is quite slow. If we have it on fast mode and we move this Boolean cut around, it is quite fast, but it's not always that stable. And if we move this over to exact, you can see that it is much slower. And it usually does a decent job, but every so often you get some really weird artifacts. In Blender 4.5, once you add the Boolean, you'll notice that we have a new solver type. We still have the original fast mode, which has been renamed to float. We have the old exact mode, and we now have Manifold, which is both the fastest type of solver, and it seems to be the most robust and give you the best results. So if I just select this object here as my cutter, and I start moving it around, you can see that it's absolutely ridiculously fast. Right, I can't make this lag at all. No matter how quick I move the mouse here, it works perfectly. I've been looking at some old projects that had animated Boolean cuts, and the playback time on them is basically like there isn't a Boolean at all. For my workflow, this is a really great change. Now, this does only work with manifold meshes. What that means basically is that all of the mesh normals have to be facing the same direction. So if we turn on face orientation here and we flip some of the normals, you'll see that this now doesn't work. It's not actually cutting into this at all. But if we have all the normals facing the right direction, I'm just using Alt-N there, flip the norm or recalculate outside even, and grab this again. Now it works fine. It also means that your meshes can't have any holes in them. They have to be airtight. So if we have a hole cut in this and we grab our cutter object, it's not going to do anything because it expects this mesh to be filled in. There's also been a really great addition to the grid fill tool. If you have a mess like this in one of your meshes, what you might normally do is use grid fill, in which case you will have to select all the area that's messed up. It's quite easy to do in this situation, but it isn't always. And then we can select everything and delete it. And if we select this edge loop, we can use Control and F to grid fill. But we do have to have everything deleted first. If we try and do that same operation with everything selected, it gives us an error. In Blender 4.5, we no longer have that limitation. If we have some messed up topology like this, even where it's kind of sticking out or whatever, we can just select these faces and use Control F, grid fill, and it will automatically fix the topology. It basically just does the same thing as it would do before, but it means you don't have to actually select all the messy parts and delete them. It will just fix things automatically. It's just a really nice little quality of life change. Now, probably the most important change that I think has been overlooked in Blender 4.5 is additional features to the point lights. I have a point light in the scene, which is adding most of the light into this kitchen. And first off, you'll notice that we have a temperature here. Now, you could always control the temperature of a light realistically by going into the nodes and adding a black body node. But now you can just do it straight in the settings here. If we just turn on temperature, you can see how things go a little bit warmer. If we bring this down to something like a 2000, we get a very warm, almost like candlelight sort of thing. And if we go all the way up to like 8000, we'll get a much colder light. So it's just nice to be able to do that in there automatically. We have the same tint control that we always have. Add color to the lights. I'm just going to turn temperature off for now. We have the same power control, but now we have this exposure. This allows us to have really blown out lights very easily. This is always something that I've struggled to make Blender do. It doesn't typically like to have sort of blown out lights in the scene. So being able to just do that with one slider, I think is absolutely incredible. I'm just going to put that on 0 for now. And we also have this normalize. What this is for, let's say we have a shadow here, and I think the shadow is a little bit too sharp. So I want to make the light bigger, which will make the shadow softer. So if I turn up the radius here, what happens in Blender is as the radius increases, the amount of light that comes out also increases. So yes, we do get softer shadows, but we've also massively changed the look of the scene. If we have normalized enabled, that will no longer happen. We can change the sharpness of the shadow here, and the power of the light won't change. So if I bring this down to something more reasonable, something like this, I can now change the softness of the shadows as much as I like, and it's not going to mess that up. I can't really believe that I've seen lots of people talk about 4.5 and hardly anybody's talking about these changes, because I've been using them all the time. It's really, really enhanced the way that I light scenes in Blender. Blender 4.5 also gives us more options to customize the user interface. Over on the Properties tab here, we have all of the different panels, and sometimes this layout can get a little bit confusing. I use Blender for like 10 to 12 hours a day, and I sometimes still find myself kind of searching around for the right panel, especially if it's stuff you don't use very often, like the object data properties. So it would be nice if you could just hide these panels that you don't use. There's people who, for instance, work in game studios and they only ever make 3D models. They don't need the rendering tab, they don't need the material tab, because they're never going to use it. So if you press this little drop down arrow here, we can now turn off texture, materials. If you did a job like that, you wouldn't need physics, you wouldn't need particles, you wouldn't need render or output or view layer, because you're not going to be using any of these things in your job if all you do is make 3D models and then pass them to somebody else in your team. I think it's just really nice, a little addition to Blender to be able to clean this space up and allow people to only use the panels that they want. So those are just a couple of the features that I found in Blender 4.5 that I feel like people haven't really been talking about. If there's any features that you've discovered that people haven't really been discussing, let me know in the comments. I'm sure there's plenty of things that I haven't found out about yet, and I would love to hear them. If you want to know more about the biggest change to Blender 4.5, which is the update from OpenGL to Vulkan, I have a video about that. I'll leave a link in the description. While you're in the description, make sure you check out the link to my Gumroad page, where you can save 25% on all of my courses, including my new course, Isometric Spaces. You just need to use the code July25 at checkout.